What's going on YouTube? 65 Rider here, coming back to you with another first ride. Today we're here at Palm Beach Harley-Davidson over in West Palm Beach, Florida, and we're gonna ride this beautiful Road Glide Limited. Let's go. Man, it looks huge, you guys. I kind of miss being back on a bagger. It's insanely big, bro.
That's what she said.
Obviously, ergonomics are not the best. Here's a first start. I only say ergonomics are not the best just because it is not an extended seat, and it has me really close to the tank. Like I am sitting on top of the tank right now is what I feel like. And the bars are too close. I wish I can push them over there. Okay, whatever. I need to be back here, bro. Yeah, this makes more sense. I might have to jump off and go to the back. Damn, this bike's got 1,700 miles on it already. Holy moly. You got some compartments here. You can plug in your phone with this little USB-C port. Got another compartment over here. Got some wind deflectors. I mean, this is the ultimate touring bike. You got another set of wind deflectors right over here. And then you got this massive Harley windshield. It is not adjustable. That's pretty much shameful. But you got this like little air vent here, which is pretty cool. It already has some highway pegs on it. That's nice. And it does have a heel shifter as well, which sometimes, you know, can make things easier. I feel way too close, bro. Shout out to Palm Beach Harley-Davidson. This is where I bought my first Harley. If you guys been watching my channel for a while or following along, you'll know that every year I come and do these first rides whenever the demo truck is in town, because I enjoy it and because I want to bring you guys the latest and greatest Harleys and my thoughts about them. And if you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that I don't really talk about specifications all that much of the bike. I mostly talk about, you know, like a first ride review and rider feel, basically, rather than just focusing on specs and how much power, how much whatever. All right, and we're off, baby. This thing, I can tell you for sure, does not want to be sitting in traffic here. This thing wants to be on an all-American highway, doing about 70 miles an hour and just laying back and relaxing, man. That's what this bike commands from the feel of it. How's the angle, you guys, of the camera? It's always such a trip for me when you're like riding a certain style of bikes for a while and then you jump on a completely different style. So as you guys know or may not know, I've actually used to ride a Road Glide for about 3 years, a 2020 model, and then I kind of completely switched out from the bagger world. And I now own a Pan America ST and a Yamaha MT-10, so completely different class of bikes compared to a Harley bagger or a Harley touring bike. But you know what? These bikes, they never go out of style, man. But yeah, let's get started with the basic controls here. So as you know, in the Harley world, you got your turn signals on either side of the control. So you got your left turn signal here, your right turn signal here. On the left-hand side, you got your cruise control, which is really cool. I don't know if I can buy a bike going forward without cruise control because it's a lifesaver, you guys. You got your traction control up here, and then you got this button that changes your trip, and you can see your fuel range, your TPMS sensor, all that good stuff, as well as a compass, which is pretty nice too. And then up here you got your high beams and you got your horn, and then you got your back button and your little control menu where you can actually control the entire TFT screen in front of you, which is pretty nice. So on the right hand side you can actually control your music here. You can hit the button for voice activated commands. This usually works if you connect your like headset or a Cardo or whatever it might be to your bike, and you'll be able to like tell it stuff like call my wife or change the next song or volume up or volume down, whatever. Then you got your hazard signals and then your starter up here. So what's nice about it is that you technically don't, and your mode button, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. What's really nice about it is that you don't have to actually like take your hands off the bars whatsoever to do anything on this bike. Everything is within reach. The screen is a touch screen, I believe, but we'll check it here in a second. good lean angle. These bikes do have like lean angle sensors, and I believe it has a 6-axis IMU that controls like your traction, your ABS controls, your no wheelie control on this guy. All right, let's go ahead and change the modes. So we're on road mode now. We will change over to sport mode, and already I can tell the bike is more peppy. That 117 motor, if you know anything about Harleys, if you've ridden Harleys over the past year or two, you'll know that 117s are revolutionary and were a big jump from the previous 114 models, because these new 117s come with the liquid cooled heads and basically made the bike run much cooler and made the ride much smoother, to be honest. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but these 117s are ridiculous. I've seen people build them out with just a cam to get somewhere around like the 145 horsepower to the wheel or whatever, or maybe a little more. This bike right here, the way it's priced at $36,399. I can see it over here based on the color and based on everything that's on it. I don't know, almost a $40,000 bike. Is it worth it? It depends. It depends on what you're planning to do with this bike. If you're planning to get a bike like this to tour the entire country and do it in style and comfort, I think yes, it is definitely worth it if that's your goal. I need to like be sitting back here basically. These seats are small, so that's the first thing I would probably do for a guy of my size, is to probably get a extended reach seat, if you will. The seat is comfortable in terms of like the way while I'm sitting on it. This is the stock seat and it's wide enough where it encompasses my entire butt. However, it is way too close forward, and you'll see the bend in my knee is ridiculous. I would need to be pushed back a little. On my previous Road Glide, I had a Lapera tall boy seat, and it was extended back about 2 inches, and it made all the difference in the world. For reference, in terms of ergonomics, I am 6'5", about 270 pounds, and a bike like this is what is needed for a guy my size in terms of touring ability for a bagger. I would need to push the bars back a little bit. However, one thing I will say, which was an amazing improvement in this gen Road Glide compared to the old ones, is the stock bars. They're amazing, you guys. You technically don't have to go and change these bars because they put your hands in the position that you want to be in, and they don't cause any fatigue. Whereas the older models had the little wheelbarrow handlebars, and those needed to go like ASAP as soon as you got the bike. With these ones, they're actually super comfortable. I believe the bike comes with heated grips. I'm not sure about that, but we'll find out here in a second. Ooh, I can already tell it's summer is upon us, you guys. Brakes feel really good. I don't think they're Brembos, but they feel really good. Seat height, I believe, is around 27 inches. I can absolutely flat foot this bike. I keep forgetting that this bike doesn't have a quick shifter because I'm so used to quick shifting. I was about to blimp down without the clutch. That would have been disastrous. Wind protection is pretty nice. I'm going about 55, 52 miles an hour here, and not getting a lot of buffeting or anything like that. Feels pretty good. Like I said, if you're looking for a bike to tour the country or do any sort of long distance travels, this is the bike for you. This is what you need. Yeah, let's hit it. Let's try the, oh yeah, bro, the highway pegs. I wonder if these come standard on the bike. They should. But the highway pegs definitely make a lot of difference in the comfort of this bike, because you can just relax. Let's use the cruise control. There you got your cruise control turned on, set at 52 miles an hour. You can increase it like this if you want to, up to 54, and I'm just like chilling. You can be sitting in this position all day long, you know what I mean? Now you can roll the throttle forward to disengage the cruise control. Very nice, very nice. Whoa, that was close. Sheesh. Go ahead, buddy, come on. That was close. That dude almost got taken out by that truck. You can definitely feel the weight of the bike when you come to a stop like this. As you can see, I am perfectly flat-footed on this bike, but just by moving it left and right a little bit, you can totally feel the weight. And it's definitely a heavy bike. The wind protection is pretty good. I like, oh, you have storage here too. That's really cool. You have storage down here in the fairings as well, which is really nice. But yeah, I think it's a pretty enjoyable bike, you guys. It's not a bad position to be in for a while. Like if I'm riding, you know, across states or doing a long day ride or just traveling on the bike, it's I think it's perfect. And it's got some ample storage. I mean, you got the big trunk in the back, which we'll talk about once we stop here in a little bit, and I'll show you inside of it. You have these little pockets here. Like, this is super helpful. It's pretty deep. You can put a lot of stuff in there. The old ones also had it in the fairing, but it wasn't that deep. You can only fit so little in there. But these are nice that you can fit a bunch of stuff in there. You got the storage down there, so you can fit a bunch of stuff over there as well, which is nice. And what's nice about that is, you know, it's all within reach. You don't have to actually stop to get anything that you would have stored in there. I don't know if it has heated grips. I know that it does have hill hold assist, which is pretty cool. And what that is whenever you come to a stop, you can squeeze the brake lever. Basically, that will hold the bike in place. Oh, so okay, it does have heated grips. You just got to control it here in the menu. Let's give it a nice... I just redlined the shit out of it. I'm too used to the high revving motors by now, you guys. Sorry Harley. I forget that with these you have to shift at like 5,000 RPM, man. With a cam you can push it up to like 6 maybe, but yeah, very short gearing. But anyway, you guys, let me know what you guys think about this. Is it the ultimate touring machine compared to, you know, say a adventure bike or adventure touring motorcycle? I mean, they do call this category the Grand American Touring. So yeah, I'm curious to know your thoughts below. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this bike. This is the 2026 Harley-Davidson Road Glide Limited. I've enjoyed the ride. It's pretty fun. Like all Harleys, my biggest problem with them is that you can't just buy them out of the factory and ride them. You have to actually do some modifications for them to be comfortable. Like maybe that guy with his size up there, maybe he's comfortable on that bike, but I can also tell that he's a little bit cramped on there. For me, I'd have to change the seat. I'd have to push the bars forward. And honestly, that's it for now. Like the old bikes, you had to do a lot more. With these bikes, just by doing these things, pushing the bar forward and getting an extended seat, I think I'd be good with that. And I wouldn't have to do much for a while. All right, stay tuned so I can show you guys the trunk. But yeah, this is the 2026 Harley-Davidson Road Glide Limited, 6.5 out, baby. So here it is, you guys. You got your saddlebags. You got your big ass trunk right here. You can fit a bunch of stuff in there. Got a little pocket. Keep your registration, which is pretty cool. Oh, nice. You got a 12-volt charger here too. Then you got your little saddlebags right here, which is your typical Harley saddlebags. Looks like they're locked. Yeah, pretty cool bike. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Put them in the comments below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Later.